Before there was Rosa Parks, there was Claudette Colvin, a courageous, defiant, and overlooked civil rights pioneer. Most people think of Rosa Parks as the first person to refuse to give up her seat on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her brave act of defiance on December 1st, 1955, launched the famous Montgomery bus boycott. But what most people don't know is that 9 months earlier, there was another woman who did the very same thing, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin. It was March 2nd, 1955. Colvin was riding home from school with her friends on a crowded, segregated city bus when the bus driver ordered her to give up her seat to a white woman. At that time, racist Jim Crow laws mandated that black people sit in the back of the bus, while the front was reserved for white people only. Despite this, Colvin refused to move. As Colvin later recalled, "I felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder, and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on the other, saying, 'Sit down, girl.' I was glued to my seat." The bus driver threatened and eventually called the police. Colvin was arrested and forcibly removed from the bus, crying out to the officers that her constitutional rights were being violated. She was taken to jail and charged with violating the segregation laws. Colvin's story didn't end there. She, along with 4 other women including Rosa Parks, challenged the bus segregation law by filing a federal lawsuit titled Browder v. Gale. On June 5, 1956, the court ruled that bus segregation in Alabama was unconstitutional. So why has Claudette Colvin's pioneering role in this pivotal civil rights action been largely forgotten? At the time, black civil rights leaders felt Rosa Parks made a better icon for their movement. As an adult NAACP secretary, her respectable middle-class background was more socially acceptable. But make no mistake, the fight to end segregation was often led by young people, and especially young women. Claudette Colvin's courageous act of peaceful resistance was one of the key sparks that ignited the civil rights movement across the South. The overlooked story of Claudette Colvin reminds us that transformative social change is rarely achieved through the actions of just bold individuals like Rosa Parks. It takes the collective bravery and sacrifice of ordinary people, young and old, willing to stand up through small, defiant acts that alter the course of history. Thank you, Mrs. Claudette Colvin. We truly appreciate your bravery. This has been a Kevin Size presentation for Future Media AI. Please subscribe, like, and share.